a real American hero. G.I. Joe is there. It's G.I. Joe against Cobra, the enemy, fighting to save the day.
Hey, welcome to Half the Battle.
As promised, we're still with the original Joe team, but we're doing something different. We're ranking all of the original figures. Though you might have noticed an asterisk on the year 1982. Yeah, that's because I'm actually talking about the swivel arm battle grip versions that came out a year later. Because let's face it, if I was talking about the straight arm versions, they'd all drop a rank just because of that.
I consider the swivel arm ones the figures Hasbro always intended to make anyway.
Let me also reassure you that not a single figure will end up in the worst category for this list. Not even bad ones really, but we'll get to that. If I do end up doing this for other years, you damn well know that category will fill up.
Okay, let's break this down.
We'll be going in alphabetical order, so first up is Breaker. He goes into the good category. He's got a decent face sculpt, especially for the time, and his beard makes him stand out a bit. He also stands out thanks to his unique communication gear.
Up next is his twin, I guess you could say.
Clutch. His chest makes him stand out, though he just gets a helmet. Oh, for the purposes of this list, I'm ignoring vehicles. So, Clutch is on his own. He also goes into the good section, though after Breaker. Then there's Flash, who also goes into the good tier.
I promise they won't all go in there, just give me some time.
His uniform really helps him stand out, and he's the Laser Trooper, which is very special if you ignore the cartoon. He goes between Breaker and Clutch. I don't know, might just like Breaker more. Next is Grand Slam. He goes into the bad or ugly zone.
Now hold your horses. I don't consider it a bad figure.
But that head sculpt is ugly. It really brings the figure down. It's also low because the uniform that he shares with Flash just makes more sense on the Laser Trooper than on this guy. Still, it is the head that really does it. Which is why Grunt is also here. Honestly, he would have been the first to go into the okay but bland spot if it wasn't for the head. But no, that honor goes to the leader of the team himself, Hawk.
Look, we all love Hawk.
But his first figure is the most generic army guy you could get. Okay, I know I said we were going alphabetically, but I have to mention this now. He's so generic I frequently and to this day confuse Hawk's figure with Short Fuse. That's why he is front and center in this group photo I always use. When I took this picture over a decade ago, I thought it was Hawk. So yeah, Short Fuse also goes in the okay but bland section right behind Hawk.
Okay, we're up to R now.
Which of course means rock and roll. He goes into the good tier because of his unique chest and for the time cool weapon. He goes somewhere in the middle because we've seen enough beards by this point. Next, there's Scarlet.
And oh, how I debated with myself and went back and forth on where to put her.
She could go in the best, good or ugly tier, really. If we were going purely on head sculpt, the figure would be in the ugly zone, because that does not look like how she's depicted in other media. What saves her is the unique uniform and crossbow, plus being the only woman on the team. I wanted her to be the first in the best tier, but honesty compels me to stick with good. A very high good, mind you.
Now, with some reluctance, the first figure to go into the best tier is...
Snake Eyes, because he is so unique. Look, I've never been a huge fan of the character, but I have to admit the masked all-black uniform makes him stand out. Which I believe is the opposite of what a commando is supposed to do, but still. And when I last talked about this figure, people in the comments did mention they liked the lack of paint applications, so I can't deny reality and must acknowledge he deserves to be in the top category.
And so does the next figure.
Stalker! Look, actual camouflage on an army figure! Who would have thought it possible? Plus, yeah, he is the only black guy, which helps him stand out. I'm putting him ahead of Snake Eyes because he shows more personality.
Okay, we're in the home stretch.
Steeler goes in the good tier. Like I said in my review, his chest and visor really make him stand out, so he gets a high spot too. Well, that just leaves Zap.
And like you couldn't tell where this is going.
Of course he's in the ugly zone. Yeah, I really don't like that head sculpt. I don't know how they ended up with this mold, as the other male heads all look fine, handsome even, but then you've got these gremlins. And that's the entire original Joe team ranked. Well, the figures anyway. If I ever do this for the characters, things will look a lot different.
But wait, I hear you cry. Timur, you handsome devil, haven't you forgotten something? What about the bad guys?
Look, Cobra only got 3 figures, so doing a ranking of them alone wouldn't even fill a Saturday shorty, so I don't know what to do.
I guess I should stick him on this list too.
Fine, briefly then. Cobra and Cobra Officer go in the good tier with nothing between them. They're good, what do you want me to say? Cobra Commander goes into the best tier because of course he does. He's unique, and next to Snake Eyes the most intriguing looking figure. Plus there's the special way his gun fits on his back. There, that's the full ranking.
Feel free to disagree with me and call me an idiot in the comments below. That's not me being sarcastic. I want to know your own rankings and how they differ from mine. Well, I'll see you next time, everybody. And hey, why not like, share, and subscribe if that's your thing.
G.I. Joe, American hero. G.I. Joe is there. It's G.I. Joe against Cobra the enemy, fighting to save the day.